Do you want to keep traveling the rest of your life? Are you afraid you will outlive your money in retirement? What if I told you there was a very simple way to figure out how much you can spend each year, keep traveling, and never run out of money for the rest of your life? In this video, I'm going to show you just how to do that. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor, and this should not be considered as financial advice or the absolute only way to plan for withdrawing from your retirement portfolio. It's just the way we do it, and it works for us. Second, a lot of people obsess over whether they should use the 4% rule or a 3% rule or a 5% rule. That's the best way to plan. The 4% rule, just to remind you, is where in your first year of retirement, you take out 4% of your portfolio, and then you adjust it every year thereafter by the inflation rate. Before I retired, I used to obsess over the 4% rule, and I tried different scenarios with lower percentage or higher percentage, and different portfolio scenarios as to, well, how will the portfolio perform in any given year, using different withdrawal rates, and by doing this, still work it out so that I don't end up in my last years living in poverty. Then I figured out there was already a way. It's similar to these 4% scenarios or withdrawing a certain amount, but it's a way that's already been worked out for us by the Internal Revenue Service. And it's worked out for me, and we took it from there. Here's how it works. Every year, the IRS publishes its RMD, or Required Minimum Distribution Table, that tells you the minimum amount that you must withdraw from your IRA, 401k, or similar plan. It starts at a certain age. It used to be 70 and a half. Now it's 72. It's going to change to 73, I believe, next year when it actually starts. But it doesn't matter when it starts. The principle that we use is exactly the same. So I'm 74, so I'm taking my minimum withdrawal amount each month out of my IRA. Here's the current RMD lifetime table. It's really simple. To determine how much you need to withdraw, you simply check the age you will be that year and divide the worth of your IRA on December 31st of that previous year by that life expectancy number. So, for example, I turned 74 this year. So if I look at the table, the factor is 25.5. So now let's assume that the value of my IRA is $100,000. So then what I do is I just simply take that $100,000, I divide it by 25.5, and then I get $3,922. That's the amount that I have to withdraw from my IRA. Well, then what I do, let's assume that the rest of my portfolio is $300,000. I do exactly the same thing using that same factor of 25.5. And there you see, I come up with $11,765 from the rest of the portfolio that I can safely withdraw that year. I add that to the amount to be withdrawn from the IRA, and I come up with a total of $15,687. And I know that's how much that I can safely withdraw from the IRA. Now, Tanya is also retired, but she's 10 years younger. She's only 64, so she isn't required to take any required minimum distribution. But what we do is we figure, okay, she's 64, that's 10 years younger than me. I simply add 10 to the life expectancy factor that I have of 25.5, and that gives her 35.5. Then let's just say, for example, that she has $100,000 like me in her IRA, plus $300,000 in her portfolio for a total of $400,000. We just take that $400,000, divide it by 35.5, and we come up with a total of $11,268. And we know then that we can safely take out $11,268 from somewhere in our portfolio. We don't necessarily want to take it out of Tanya's because she's 10 years younger, and we want to make sure she's got enough money to live on when presumably I'm gone first. Like I say, I don't actually take the distributions out of her IRA, but we know we can take it safely out of any of our other accounts. Next year, I'll use the life expectancy number on the table. That's the next one for the next age, which is 24.6. And I'll do the same thing. We know that in addition to whatever Social Security payments we may have or pensions or any other kind of money for that matter, we can safely withdraw $26,955 from our portfolio. You see, those are the two amounts for both Jay and Tanya. And that way, we can safely never run out of money. Now, our results might change depending how well our portfolio did the previous year. But if we stick to this method, we still never run out. We might be able to spend more or less than the year before, but we'll never run out. Notice that the cool thing about the life expectancy factors in the IRS table keep adjusting as you get older. So, for example, at age 74, the IRS expects that I'll live to 95.5. But if I make it to 84, for example, the IRS expects I'll live until I'm 100.8. So you never keep running out of money. It just keeps adjusting so that you always have something there. So here are the key points to remember in using our system. Only withdraw the minimum required amount for your entire portfolio. If you withdraw more than that in any given year, well, you're taking it out of your portfolio, so you're going to have less to work with the following year, and you'll run out of money faster. So just don't do that. Stick with the plan. Assume that you're going to keep withdrawing from your nest egg until you get down to not zero, because you'll never get to zero, but get it down to near zero and keep using those life expectancy factors. If you use this easy method, you'll find it reduces a lot of stress from your life and you'll never run out of money. Let me mention one other thing, though, that you could do is if you're really obsessive about this, you could change the amount that you're using in your portfolio, for example, at mid-year. If you see that it has changed significantly from 6 months prior. So, for example, if the stock market is really going up and you have a lot of stock in your portfolio, well, then you could potentially take out more money. However, as we've recently seen, where the stock market goes really down, you don't want to be taking out too much out of that portfolio if you don't have to. And so then you could adjust it to at mid-year, after 6 months of the year, to that new total portfolio amount, and use your same life expectancy factor in determining that. So let us know in the comments what you think of our method. Do you use it? Do you use something similar that works out better for you? I'd be interested to know and see what other people are doing. So, until our next video, thank you very much for watching.